the Scaling Digital Photos tutorial in SignLab. Today's lesson, the customer has asked me to create a storefront sign for them. So to help me in my work, I've gone ahead and taken a digital image of their storefront, and I've measured the pink part of the roof here as 24 inches or 2 feet. So to start off, I'm going to want to add some guidelines to my image. So I'll right click, click OK, and just position this at the top of our working area. And I'll right click to add another one and position it at the bottom of our working area. So having done that, I'll want to select my measure tool flyout and choose measurement. And I'm going to left click on the top nub, and I'm going to left click on the bottom guideline while holding down the control button, and that takes a measurement of the distance between my top guideline and my bottom guideline, and it's recognized as 0.51 of an inch. So I'll put my icon there, my cursor, and I'm going to type in 24 inches and let that take effect. So now I've scaled in my image, so I'll go ahead and click close. I'll let F7 to zoom to selected. Deselect everything and right click, and I'm going to delete my guidelines. Go ahead and click OK. So with that done now, I'm going to want to select my shape tools flyout and choose rectangle, and just kind of roughly draw a rectangle at the top here. And don't worry about accuracy, we can manually adjust it. So we'll type in 24 inches as the height and hit enter, and type in 96 inches as the width and hit enter. And we can go ahead and click outside and just zoom in here. Yeah, it looks positioned pretty well. So I'm going to assign my rectangle an invisible fill. And having done that, I'll hit F7 to zoom in to the rectangle that I just created, and I'm going to enter my text. So go to my text tools flyout and choose text compose, and then I'm going to left click and draw a marquee box and set the limits for my text and type in professional. Click outside. I could probably assign it the color black so that we can actually read it. And I'll do the exact same thing at the bottom here. I'm going to type in services and just center it a little bit better there. So that looks pretty good. So I'll click outside. Now with that done, again I'm going to want to go back to my measurement tools, and I'm going to want to select my object dimension tool, and I'm just going to want to take the measurements of my rectangle and the text that I created. So for services, I'll take the height and the width and do the exact same thing for professional. And I'll select my rectangle and take the height and the width. I can go ahead and click close. So at F7 to zoom in, and you can see that the width of our rectangle is 96 inches and the height of our rectangle is 24 inches. So I'll click outside to deselect everything and hit F7 to zoom back. So now our file is ready to be output, so we can send it to our customer to get their feedback. So to do that, we'll want to go to the file menu and select print. And just a warning, I'm not hooked up to an output device, so I'll just work you through this part. So I'm using the Epson stylus color, and I'm going to select preferences, and you'll want to make sure that under printing mode, entire area and selected objects only are selected. Under include, you'll want to highlight bitmaps, and if you want the dimensions and notes printed, then I would recommend selecting that as well. And lastly, you'll just want to make sure that fit to printer is selected as well. Go ahead and click OK, and that takes you to the print preview mode. And I'm just going to go ahead and cancel out of this because, like I said, I don't have a device. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial.